Tim Raines played 23 seasons in the major leagues and retired with 808 career stolen bases, the fourth highest total in baseball history. A 7-time All-Star, National League batting champion, and 3-time World Series winner, Raines was born and raised in Sanford, Florida. There's some Tim Raines artwork right there on an electrical box, which is pretty awesome. That's him playing for the Montreal Expos. And if you look across the street, we have Tim Raines Sports Park. And far off in the distance is the historic Sanford Baseball Stadium. Nice little view of the Sanford Water Tower. So this video will be exploring all of Tim Raines' whereabouts in Sanford, Florida, where he called home as a child. All right, right across the street from where we just were is the historic Sanford Memorial Stadium. Players, Hall of Famers like Willie Mays, Jackie Robinson, Babe Ruth have all been here. Tim Raines has also been here. David Eckstein, who was a World Series MVP, who grew up in Sanford, has been here. Not all the people that I mentioned have played here. Babe Ruth, for instance, was here in 1947 or 48, I believe, right before he passed away, for a speaking engagement. This is currently home to the Sanford River Rats. And over there is Tim Raines Sports Park, where I was just filming. All right, next is the Sanford Museum in downtown Sanford, Florida, established in 1957, that holds a large Tim Raines collection. It has everything from baseballs to game-worn cleats to his bats, his uniforms for all the teams he played for, dating back from high school all the way through his entire career. And it's a pretty fun collection to look at. Let's go check it out. So here at the Sanford Museum, they have a whole display of Tim Raines memorabilia. Got the Expos jersey, the White Sox jersey, the Yankees jersey, the A's jersey. Yo.
I found the tennis players.
Tennis racket?
Tennis player or...
Yep, that is from Jim Courier. So they got all his hats, all his team pictures.
It is a cool bobblehead.
Let's see. His cleats. His nickname was Rock, so there we go.
Look at that.
Look at those old Expo cleats.
Look at the person sliding.
Yeah, those are his batting gloves.
They made it to home plate.
Starting lineup.
Do you think he made it to home plate?
He made it to home plate a lot. He's one of the best base stealers of all time. And he grew up right here in Sanford. It's helmet. This stuff is super cool.
Do you mind if I look at this stuff over here?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yep.
Can you put some of this hockey stuff too? Like all the sports in here?
Sure. It's Tim and his son on the Orioles. Tim at Seminole High School. It's a replica of his Hall of Fame plaque. '1981 All-Star Game cleats. Some bats. A lot of stuff here. the Sanford Museum. All right, we're on Airport Boulevard in Sanford, Florida, coming up to the childhood home of Tim Raines, where he spent his entire childhood. It's going to be a green house coming up here with a newly built fence. There it is, right there. Right there. So right here with the private property sign right there on the fence. This was Tim Raines' childhood home in Sanford, Florida in 1911. Pretty cool. Here's Airport Boulevard. Then across the street, what used to be a dirt road. Tim Raines talks about that in his book, which I'll go over. From Tim Raines' book, Rock Solid, he talks about growing up in this house. I'll read it to you. I came along about 3 years after my parents moved away from Georgia. I remember the Sanford of my youth as an idyllic place, but that's probably because I lived in something of a cocoon. I didn't have many friends growing up. I didn't need any because I spent almost all my free time with my 4 brothers, 3 of who were older than me and 1 who was younger. We lived in the same green 3-bedroom house our entire childhoods, with all 5 boys sharing a bedroom for a number of years. It was a tight squeeze that required one of us, usually the youngest, to sleep on the floor. And here at the intersection of Bungalow and Airport, right across from Tim Raines' house, he talks about this road too. The road we had so much fun running down was also the scene of the worst moment of my childhood. In 1968, my 4-year-old sister, Anita Gale, the youngest of 7 Raines children, was walking along the side of the road with a couple of my siblings when a driver lost control of his car and veered off the road, hitting and killing her. I was at home at the time, waiting for my siblings to return from a nearby convenience store with candy. Instead, I heard sirens. And also here, I'm guessing, on the corner of Airport and Bungalow, Tim Raines talks about this as well. Because down there you can see, what is a telephone pole. One of my favorite childhood memories is one of my brothers and me having foot races with my dad on the dirt road in front of our house. At least once per week, we'd all line up and run to a telephone pole about 100 yards down the road. By the time I reached my teenage years, my dad had put together an undefeated streak that spanned well over a decade. He took pride in not letting us beat him. Then one day when I was 13 or 14, I told him, "Come on, Pops, I think I can get you today." And sure enough, I proceeded to edge him out for the first time ever. After working 10 hours that day, he wasn't in the best condition to run, but to his credit, he didn't shy away from the challenge. After the race, he smiled and congratulated me and never raced us again. I think he realized the torch had been passed. That's all from Rock Solid. My Life in Baseball's Fast Lane, Tim Raines. Sanford's own. All right, we have arrived at Seminole High School, where Tim Raines ran track, played football, and played baseball. It's just down this road, right here. We'll go check out the baseball field. Seminole High School, home to the Seminoles, the Seminole Seminoles. And I believe back here in the corner is where the baseball field is. There it is. Seminole High School baseball field, where Tim Raines played high school baseball. Go take a walk around. So originally Tim Raines was, he intended to play football, college football at University of Florida under Doug Dickey. That was the original goal. He was going to play his goal was to make it to the NFL. He had idols like O.J. Simpson at the time, who was a prolific rusher. But he got drafted in baseball out of high school and kept going from there. Right across from senior parking, here's the football stadium again. I attempted to reach Tim Raines via X/Twitter, but I had no luck. I wanted to ask more about places he had been in Sanford that I didn't highlight here. So unfortunately, that will do it for the video. Thank you so much for watching this video on Tim Raines, Sanford's only Major League Baseball Hall of Famer.